52 million Americans, 13 dangerous days out of 15, and this outbreak is just getting started. A forecaster just called this the most active severe weather pattern he has seen in his entire career. And what makes it flat out terrifying is that the same communities keep getting hammered over and over again. Tornadoes, baseball-sized hail, 70 miles per hour winds, and flash flooding, all of it reloading week after week. This is not a one-storm event, folks. This is a siege, and it does not let up until late April. So settle in, because Tom is going to walk you through every single dangerous day coming your way. Today, we already have an upgraded slight risk across Nebraska. Iowa, Missouri, and Kansas storms are firing now. Thunderstorms are active across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana as Gulf air slams into the frontal boundary. The temperatures tell the whole story. Dallas 79, Oklahoma City 80, Wichita 80, Tulsa 79 degrees today. Those are not just numbers. That warmth is loading the atmosphere with the fuel these storms desperately need. The Bermuda high off the Carolinas is pumping Gulf moisture northward like a fire hose that never shuts off. Dew points climbing fast across Oklahoma and Texas, and where dew points climb, the tornado threat climbs with them. Today's main threats are large hail and damaging winds from Salina, Kansas down through Topeka and into Missouri. Think of retired mail carrier Harold in Topeka that NOAA weather radio needs to be on right now. Harold. Tomorrow, Friday, a cold front draped across the eastern U.S. keeps the severe weather door wide open again. Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, all in the Friday thunderstorm corridor. Friday is a marginal risk level, 1 of 5, but do not let that label put you to sleep. Wind shear is beginning to crank hard as that Pacific storm system works its way toward the Rockies today. Now Saturday, April 11th, that is when this outbreak machine fires up across the high plains of West Texas. A powerful Pacific system collides with all that loaded Gulf moisture, and the result is going to be explosive. West Texas, eastern New Mexico, western Oklahoma, western Kansas, and eastern Colorado are all in Saturday's slight risk. The heart of Saturday's danger is centered on West Texas tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds all on the table. These storms cluster into a squall line by Saturday night and push east through Oklahoma in the overnight hours. Retired rancher Jim out in Lubbock, do yourself a solid and get those vehicles under cover before Saturday noon. Good Lord, Saturday feels serious on its own, but it is just the opening act of what comes after it. Saturday is day 1, and the European and GFS models are in alarming agreement about what days 2 through 5 look like. The storm fuel meteorologists call it CAPE is building to 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram by Sunday. Here is the kicker. 1,000 joules gets severe weather going. 2,000 you are cooking. 3,000 the atmosphere is boiling. Wind shear is cranking to 50 to 60 knots over Oklahoma and Texas that spins updrafts into rotating supercells. Folks, I need to stop right here because what the models show for Sunday through Wednesday has forecasters losing sleep. Sunday, April 12th. The corridor stretches from Texas all the way up into Wisconsin. 7 states in one day. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin. All of y'all are in this Sunday. A surface low parked over the Dakotas pumps warm, unstable air into the entire corridor below it all day long. Sunday's threats include tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, and the overnight hours are when things get most dangerous. Retired Nurse Carol in Oklahoma City, have your shelter plan set before Sunday afternoon and your weather radio on. If you sleep through these storms, you need a warning that physically wakes you up. A NOAA radio is not optional. Mobile home residents across the Southern Plains Sunday is the day you need a sturdy shelter before dark. Period. No mobile home can protect you from a direct tornado hit, please. Burn that into your memory before Sunday. Now, Monday, April 13th, this is the day the models have been screaming about, and the ceiling is extremely high. The Storm Prediction Center shows a broad slight risk stretching from the Southern Plains deep into the upper Midwest. Monday's threat zone runs from Dallas-Fort Worth all the way up to Minneapolis. No joke, that is an enormous footprint. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Kansas City, Des Moines, Minneapolis, all of y'all are in the Monday crosshairs. A strong surface low near 993 millibars sits over North Dakota that is powerful enough to drive a tornado outbreak. That low pulls explosive updrafts and extreme wind shear into perfect alignment. Rotating supercells are a near certainty Monday. Discrete supercells look very likely on Monday, and discrete supercells are flat-out tornado machines, plain and simple. A tornado outbreak is in play for Monday. Write that down and share it with every person in your household. Retired contractor Dave in Kansas City, get that storm shelter cleared out and your plan solid before Sunday afternoon. Missouri's ground is already saturated from recent storms. Monday's downpours will almost certainly trigger serious flash flooding too. Tornadoes, damaging winds, large hail, and flash flooding all on one day. That is a brutal combination for any community. Tuesday, April 14th, same dangerous footprint. Brand new storm system, and this one has the highest ceiling of the week. Tuesday's risk shifts northeast into the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley. Detroit, Chicago, and Indianapolis are now inside the zone. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois. Second straight dangerous day for all of you Tuesday. The Storm Prediction Center is already discussing an upgrade to enhanced risk for Tuesday that Red Sharpie is coming out. We could see a moderate risk Tuesday, and for any of y'all who know what that means, you know that is serious. Retired teacher Barbara in Chicago. Tuesday and Wednesday are your two biggest days. Get that weather radio ready now. Here's the number that should stop you cold. 52 million Americans are sitting inside this active severe weather corridor. Plains, Midwest, Ohio Valley. Mid-Atlantic, 52 million people are in this multi-week storm siege together. Wednesday, April 15th. Day 5 of this outbreak, and the Storm Prediction Center has already issued an outlook for Wednesday. East Texas, East Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois. Wednesday keeps this dangerous corridor alive. 5 straight days with at least a slight risk in the extended outlooks. Nobody on this channel has ever seen that before. Thursday the 16th could generate yet another Storm Prediction Center outlook. This atmosphere simply refuses to shut down. Saturday the 18th, Sunday the 19th. Same areas getting hammered again. Deep South, Plains, Midwest, all back in the crosshairs. Here is what should make the hair stand up on your neck. This severe weather pattern runs all the way to April 25th. Out of 15 days on the model run, forecasters found only 2 or 3 that did not feature a major severe weather concern. 2 or 3 quiet days out of 15. The forecaster tracking this called it the most active pattern he has ever witnessed. Now let me walk you through the temperatures today, because these numbers explain exactly why this pattern is so explosive. Dallas sits at 79 degrees today, Kansas City at 77, Wichita at 80, all of them loaded and primed for supercells. Phoenix is baking at 92 today, Tucson at 80. That desert heat is driving instability all the way up through the plains. Warm surface temperatures mean stronger updrafts mean more violent storms. That is the chain reaction here. Here is what the atmosphere is physically doing. Rising warm air at the surface is being yanked violently upward into the storm systems. Wind shear blows at different speeds, at different altitudes, that tilts the rising column and starts it spinning hard. That spinning column of rising air is called a mesocyclone, and every tornado-producing supercell has one at its core. The deeper the moisture, the stronger the updraft, and that Gulf moisture tap is wide open and cranking all week. Mid-April dew points hitting the mid-60s all the way up into Minnesota. That is not something you see very often at all. Folks, slow-moving supercells with this much moisture can dump 3 to 4 inches of rain per hour on a single spot. Flash flooding guaranteed. Total rainfall this outbreak could hit 2 to 5 inches across Texas and Oklahoma, locally much higher in the worst hit spots. In a setup like this, one county gets hammered every day while the county next door stays completely dry. That is the wild card. Retired veteran Roy in Fort Worth, please do not drive through flooded streets no matter how shallow that water looks to you. 6 inches of moving water knocks a grown man down. 2 feet sweeps a pickup truck turnaround. Don't drown every time. Meanwhile, folks, the Southeast is the outlier. Virginia, the Carolinas, and Georgia are bone dry with no relief coming. That Carolina high pressure is actually feeding this whole setup by funneling even more Gulf moisture north into the storm corridor. Too much pounding the same communities day after day while others cannot buy a drop that is an extraordinary contrast right there. Out west, coastal storms are bearing the Sierra Nevada and northern Rockies in heavy snowfall at the same time insane pattern. The plains on fire with tornadoes, southeast in drought, west buried in snow all at once, and that is no joke. Now let me give you the city-by-city breakdown so you know exactly which days matter most for where you live. Oklahoma City Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday back-to-back-to-back 3 straight days of potentially violent storms for you. Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Monday bullseye sits right over you. Rotating supercells capable of dropping strong tornadoes are very possible. Wichita. Kansas Sunday is your biggest day, followed immediately by Monday as this system tracks northeast through your area. Dallas and Fort Worth game face on from Saturday straight through Thursday, nearly a full week of severe weather threats. Kansas City Monday through Wednesday are your big days with a serious overnight storm threat both Monday and Tuesday evening. Topeka. Kansas today and again Monday evening. Keep that weather radio within arm's reach every single day through Wednesday. Retired shop owner Frank in Des Moines. Monday and Tuesday are back-to-back for you. Have that basement cleared out now. Chicago. Tuesday and Wednesday are your days. Damaging winds and an elevated tornado threat from low pressure tracking right through you. Minneapolis, the Monday risk area reaches all the way up to you. The atmosphere does not care what month it is, folks. St. Louis Tuesday and Wednesday are your 2 most dangerous days as the storm quarter tracks east straight toward you. Springfield, Illinois, and Nashville Wednesday has you both in the corridor. Watch closely as this system moves eastward that day. Memphis, Little Rock, and Shreveport. Wednesday and Thursday are your days as severe weather finally pushes east of the Mississippi. Lubbock and Amarillo Saturday hits you first, and this pattern almost certainly reloads for you again later next week. Austin and San Antonio, you are in and out of the risk area multiple times over the next 10 days. Stay sharp. Retired nurse Helen in Springfield. Missouri Friday and then Wednesday again are your 2 biggest watch days. Plan accordingly. Drop a comment right now and tell Tom where you are. I want to know which day you are most watching for your area. And do your neighbors a solid, share this video with anyone in the Plains or Midwest who needs to see this today. Every morning through Wednesday, before anything else, check the Storm Prediction Center for your area's latest outlook. A tornado watch means the atmosphere is primed in your county. Use that time to finalize your shelter plan, not later. A tornado warning means a tornado has been spotted or confirmed. Get to shelter immediately. No hesitation, no delay. Have multiple ways to get warning cell phone alerts on. A NOAA weather radio beside your bed, a neighbor you can call. For those of y'all with elderly parents or neighbors living alone, please call them and make sure they have a plan in place. Retired Postmaster Glenn in Tulsa said he never had a shelter plan. Do not be Glenn heading into a week like this one. Know your shelter location today, not when sirens are screaming and you are scrambling around in the dark and rain. The silver lining, once this clears out, y'all are going to get a beautiful stretch of high pressure and nice weather. But we have to get through this first, and that starts with being prepared long before the first storm ever forms. Let's burn those numbers into memory one final time. 52 million Americans, 13 dangerous days, and this does not quit until late April. Saturday fires up in West Texas. Sunday stretches 7 states. Monday drops Minneapolis to Dallas into the tornado corridor. Tuesday threatens Detroit to Dallas. Wednesday pushes east. And then the whole machine reloads again the following weekend. 52 million Americans, 13 dangerous days, and tomorrow this outbreak escalates into the most dangerous phase yet. Don't be scared, be prepared. We will be right here. See you in the next update. Here is one more thing I need y'all to understand about how unpredictable a setup like this truly is. When you have back-to-back storm systems like this, the timing can shift by hours and change everything for your town. A storm that was supposed to hit at 3 p.m. could arrive at midnight, and a midnight tornado is far more deadly. That is why having a warning system that wakes you out of a dead sleep is not a luxury, it is life or death. Retired school principal Linda in Wichita, please check on your neighbors before each of these dangerous days arrives. Communities take care of each other in times like this. That is just the way folks in the heartland do things. If you drive and you see water over a road this week, any road, any depth, turn around. No exceptions. Ever. More people die from flash flooding each year than from tornadoes, and most of those deaths happen inside a vehicle. The water you see on the surface may only be half the story the road underneath could already be washing away. Now here is the bigger picture that makes this week unlike almost anything we have seen in the last several years. The same storm corridor from Texas to the Great Lakes is going to get hit repeatedly round after round after round. Communities that barely recover from Monday's storms could face another violent outbreak as soon as Tuesday evening. That is what makes this pattern so exhausting and so dangerous. There is no day off, no recovery window between rounds. Retired farmer Earl in central Oklahoma, you have seen bad springs before, but this one deserves your full attention. Have your emergency supplies ready: water, flashlights, a battery-powered radio, and a charged phone at all times. And remember, 52 million Americans, 13 dangerous days, the most active severe weather pattern anyone has ever witnessed. We are going to cover every single day of this outbreak right here, so hit that subscribe button and stay with us.